Yale University asked a bunch of students what they knew about the process of everyday objects. So they were like, hey, what do you know about this toilet and how it works? How about this zipper? Or how about these piano keys? How do they work? Most people said, yes, I know how that works. I'm gonna rate my understanding of the mechanics of this really, really high. Then the same researchers asked those people to explain the mechanics of how the thing works. How does the ball and valve mechanism in a toilet actually bring in water, and when does it know when to stop? How do the teeth in a zipper actually fold together, and why are they kind of dimpled in the middle? How does a piano key work, and why is it set up like this, and why does the hammer fall this way? All of these things that really challenged that person's belief of what they knew and the depth of what they knew. Just asking, hey, help explain to me what you know, made people realize that they kind of didn't understand it fully. When was the last time you actually were able to convince someone of anything? Think about it. It's just not how we want to be convinced as human beings. There's no way around it. We feel first and then we think. At one point in my career, I was working with a software company. We decided that we needed a hiring protocol to help us bring in the right people. And I will never forget my mentor saying to me, Chris, I need you to be the detective and not the judge. When you are the detective, you are looking for clues. You're looking for the world and the facts to help adjust your understanding and belief of the world and what's true. But when you're the judge, you are putting your opinion or your projected thinking on the world itself. There's a really great quote from Sherlock Holmes who said, "Don't twist facts to suit your theory. Twist your theory to suit the facts." And this is the same kind of approach, right? We're open to seeing the information, and we have to ask, and we have to be curious, and we have to show that genuine interest before we can make an opinion about what we're seeing in our world. I want to show you just a really quick way to do this. When we ask questions, we are using genuine interest, which builds trust. But when we're trying to tell people the answer without listening, we are making committed assertions that make people feel defensive because they have to defend their position. And the kind of weird reality about this is that when you ask questions, you're getting them to use their energy to explain what they think. But when we're trying to force our answers into somebody else's brain, it costs a lot of energy and it's probably not gonna work. Another kind of cool thing about questions and being open to the reality or the possibility that may occur in front of you, it allows realistic nuance. Because how many times, even though when you know you're right, you ask somebody something, you get under the hood, you figure something else out, and you find out something about that person that you didn't know, or a context component about where they came from or why they believe that particular thing. And it allows us to be a little bit more human and a little bit more close to each other. Providing the answers kind of deludes us into this path of only black and white thinking. Like, I'm right, you're wrong, and it doesn't really lead to a productive dynamic. Let's be honest, your goal is to have a conversation and get to an outcome. Your goal is probably not to shut down or shut down that other person. So the shorthand here is sort of to remember to ask instead of tell, even though our instincts are almost always to just share what we know, and we almost always want to lead with a question that's going to let us get to their complete understanding. And I would suggest that you don't say why, because usually that also triggers defensiveness. Instead, try this trick that I learned from my buddy Chad Littlefield. Ask how instead. How did you get to that conclusion? Help me understand what I'm missing. Something like this might be a little bit more productive. Now, the major takeaway from this is that just the process of asking how something works or explaining what it is you understand to me, and my jujitsu of falling back and using your weight to help make your point will help you be open to new ideas and see your own gaps in your understanding. It will allow that person to feel like, hey, maybe I don't understand this whole process exactly the way that I thought, and now suddenly I may be open to hearing more about your expertise and your opinion. I don't need to tell a bunch of early childhood educators, if you say no to a kid, they're probably gonna wanna do it. If you don't remember the DARE program, it was like when I was a kid and some police officer came into our school and said, just say no to drugs. It turns out that students who heard the DARE pitch were 30% more likely to do drugs or tobacco. Just say no, right? If we're being honest, I think the data are really clear that asking questions and showing that genuine interest and curiosity is gonna help build trust. It's gonna allow you to earn the opportunities to suggest and provide expertise that is so desperately needed in the early childhood field. Questions are more powerful than answers. If this was useful, go ahead and share it with somebody who needs to hear it. Drop a comment in to let me know what you're thinking, if this made some kind of sense to you. Let's make this video a resource for other people who want to learn from it. Oh, and what should I make a video on next? Let me know and I will make it for you. See ya.